We're back. Today we have a engine issue where we had a customer install a starter backwards by accident. Now, not backwards, but sorry, not correctly. So what happened was that causes issue where I'm going to show you with the old starter. Give me 1 second and get a pair of gloves on real quick. I don't want to get my hands too dirty already, but I'm going to explain to you why that's an issue and why that can cause issue. So I almost misdiagnosed the vehicle as a locked motor because I didn't know. I thought it might have been a locked motor, to be honest with you. But it turned out, like I said, it was just done a way that it was maybe hung on an acorn. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find my gloves. I can't find. Always something, isn't it? I swear. Oh, well, I got one glove. I don't have to work for now. But, yeah, what happens is if you install a starter backwards, let me show you what I mean here. Basically, that's what happened here. So, flip it around. And you can actually see right here. So, you can see how this is making all that contact. So, in this particular vehicle here, this is the 2GR-FE engine, okay? The starter goes right down here. And you can see this is a refurbished. It is slightly bigger. I think it might have been even the wrong part. Maybe, I don't know yet. I'm going to triple check it, but it is different looking slightly. Now, this is slightly bigger. Now, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So anyway, this motor was not tight. So when I got it out, I had to remove this bolt because it was so much trouble fought me the whole entire time. It was impossible to get this bolt, get it in, wiggle it in. You check and just slide them in. So anyway, I took it off, slipped it out the way. Everything went on fine. Now, it's just a little bit short. You have that extra clearance. You had no clearance on this guy when you took it out. It should come in and out, no issues. Now, you can see here how this is contacted, and it's actually roughed it up. I went down there and I blew the whole motor out real nicely. But I'm going to go ahead and put it back on. But the reason I figured this out is because when I was testing it the other day, it was sending back voltages through here. That means that solenoid was kicking out all the way, but it wasn't turning the actual flywheel. It was getting hung on it. It was going clunk, clunk. So it makes a lot of sense to me. This is the issue. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up real quick, and we'll get going with that. That was pretty crazy. I've never actually seen this before. And like I said, very, very strange deal, but it needs to get sorted out, which I'm going to do right now. We're going to get it on. I'm going to recheck it. Then we shouldn't have any. So on my power probe, I had back voltage thrown at me. It was a mess. So give me a second. Actually, get this back on now. I'll show you how to put this starter back in. It's pretty simple stuff, but you really can't get this on the wrong way. It's not a good idea to do, and that was causing all kinds of issues. So let me find that other bolt. Where did it go to? Oh, great. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Where did it go to? Did I put it back in there? Give me 1 second, guys. I was playing with everything. I can't find the damn bolt. I gave it to him, the starter. Hang on a second. Where's that starter? Right here. So this was the old one. I took it out. I put the bolt, I thought, right up here. Let me check the back of the truck. Yeah, but I gotta find that bolt. Jesus. Yeah, right here. I got it. So, yep, right here. Here's what happens when you do too many things at once. But, they're the same bolts, I believe. Anyway, this goes on the back. I'm gonna sit right here while I do my job. Then you can take a look where we're going. Y'all see that? So what happened was this thing right here was not on there right. Pretty good view, I guess. It could be a little better. He's like, okay, there we go. How's that? A little bit nicer? All right, give me a second. Let me pop this back in and tighten it up, and we'll see if we have any back voltage again. So when the starter cylinder kicks out, it will look like a locked motor, because what I'll do is I'll throw voltage back here. That is what happens with the locked motor a lot of times. Same thing. So I just unhooked all this stuff to make my life easier, because I really had to fight to get the other one out. I wasn't sure what was holding it up, but let's even see if these bolts will go back in right. And the bolts are going in fine. But I think it was hung on an acorn maybe. He tried to squeeze it in and it didn't fit quite. So that's very dangerous to do. You always want to make sure your starters are in here good. I almost just made misdiagnosed. It says a lock motor. He told me to do the starter. I checked it out and boom, I found it. Keep in mind, if you do these, you have to make sure they're in the right. Oh, what a mess. The butterfly down that little tube. So that's crazy. I just saw that. Anyways, so always make sure these are in flush. Hopefully this takes care of all the issues. But if not, we got some other electrical. But I really think this is the problem. I'm going to go in a second. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to snug these few bolts up. And then we got one bolt here. These are both millimeters. And we got one bolt here. Snug this bolt up here for the bracket. If you can see that, which I don't think you can, but you might be able to. Yeah, you can probably see maybe. I hope so. Either way, if not, sorry. It's a pretty easy starter here. I'm going to show you what I undid, though. Just so you can see. All right, so get that snug back up real quick. You don't got to get over it crazy. You just want to make sure it's tight as all. And we'll put everything back on. I think that was it, though. I really do. We'll hope for the best, though, at least, right? All we can do. Oh, no, it's a 14 millimeter. My bad. Wrong one. It's a 14 for these guys to go back on. I thought it was 13, it was 14. And we're just going to tighten it back up real quick. And snug it. Don't got to be crazy tight. You want it pretty tight, though. Probably 29 foot-pounds, if I had to guess, maybe for the starter bolts. Maybe 26. Whatever feels good to you. But, like I said, pretty straightforward stuff here. I'm just wanting to show you about the whole starter situation. I'm going to show you how I do this, too, while I have it all off. It can't hurt to show you, right? The whole thing. It is definitely cleaned off. I blew that whole area off real good with my blower. Like I always do. Favorite tool in the toolbox. My Milwaukee blower. I do love that tool a lot. Really do. All right, that guy's now snugged up nice. You got two of them on. We're going to pop this guy back on here. This one goes up here to the top here. Just like so. Right like this. And we have two washers right on here. One's a lock washer that goes on the outside. And one goes on the inside. Like that. All right, let's get it back on. And we'll put the cover back on like we need to. We got one more in here to hold that on, so that'll be fine. Don't want to lose this when I take it off. Be very careful with it as well. Make sure the negative terminal's unhooked and not grounding anywhere, whatever you do. You will get a good little zap and blow some fuses if you're not careful. All right, looking good. Oh, that's made on. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. That is actually made on there, so you can't get wrong. It's really neat. Usually they're not made on. You have to just remember that goes on the outside. I was good to do that anyway, but I didn't know it was made on. Even better for this. Cool, man. Pretty cool stuff. All right, let's get this back on here. Make sure none is pinching, and then we'll tighten up this guy, and we'll slip all this back on. Make sure that's not touching that guy on the bottom either. Now we got that wire in the way down there. That is very odd and strange. Let me see. You gotta have this tilted toward the back. Let me show you something on this. You gotta be very careful when you put it back on. You don't want that grounding yet, right? On that. So, let me see how close we are here. Which will look like we're good. I'm gonna pull it up a little higher. I don't like that angle right there at all. You gotta have it just like this, I believe. You gotta go like this, I believe. Actually, one way it can go. That's just this. So I can hop it up here and put it towards the back. Let me see. It's not gonna let me do it that way. It's gotta go just like that. Hang on, I'll get you guys on your phone. My bad. Anyways, basically that's all you gotta do with that. Should be fine. And y'all see that? Yes, sure can, I guess. Right there like that. We're gonna put it back on now. It goes right on like that. Make sure none of that's touching any of these wires down here, which are not. They're out the way clear. I don't understand that. You make sure you pull the boot up on that. Very important. All right, we're gonna snug that guy back on here now, and we'll check it out. This moment, I'm just gonna put everything back on. But yeah, that can be a big mess, guys. If that is ever touching like that, it's never a good idea. Definitely cause a big problem there. Really can. It was causing the motor to act like it was locked up. It was almost misdiagnosed by me, actually. And I kept thinking about things. Thankfully, I did not give up on that. It could have got ugly real quickly. Really good. All right, get this guy tight. 13 mil to get it back on, what it looks like. We'll snug it back on next, and we'll put the little tab back in, and the start is done. It's in there that easily. Just like so. Put the clip back down on that back piece and slip it back onto the holes on. We've got to over tight this. This is only going to be about maybe 9 foot-pounds, 8 foot-pounds, not a lot. Just like so, like that. This is actually a 12 millimeter, my bad. Anyway, just lift this back up here like this and on there. That way nothing's touching the metal. Let's make sure we're clear on the backside. I don't think we are. Y'all see how we're doing that on there? Let me flip you around so you can get a better view. As you can see, just like that. That should be perfectly done. And nothing's touching. It looks pretty good, right? I think so. Yep, we should be fine. So we won't have to worry about that guy right there. And let's see here. So we're going to get this plug back in right here. It goes in like this. On the other one, I think it went in a little different on the other one. Should I see? Let me see how that guy went on this guy. Right here. Okay, this is the other one that was. That's the other one there. See this? That goes in. No, it goes in just like that too. Yeah, so I don't know. But this is longer a little bit and causing a lot of issues though. All right, anyways, we're good to go there. And this guy is now tight and snug. No issues there. Tight and snug. Tighten this guy down here. We're not tightening him yet all the way. We'll snug him up all the way. And make sure that's good to go too. And we'll get all the little pieces back on. The cat came off down here to get it. I went ahead to take everything off because I couldn't get the daggone starter back out of the car. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. There we go. And that'll work. That's tight. Nothing's pinching. I'm just double checking on the wiring while I'm down here. We're going to slip that back into place. It goes right down there on that harness like that. Just press it on there like that. And these all hold the box on for the air box. It goes back over here like that for now. And see, everything else looks pretty good. So I'm going to put this hose back on here like this. It goes right on here like that. Just like so. And that's it. And I don't know if there should be a wire on that hose or not. I don't get why there's not, but there isn't. If you ever need to refill your transmission, you go right through this hose right here. Just refill it right on through that hose is all. I don't think there was a wire on there. I don't see one if there was. But anyway, all these have to go back on in here. Coming up next. And we ought to be good to go. I don't know what this is. This could be causing the voltage problem. I don't think it is, but it might be. I'll put you back here a moment. Get it done, right? Let me see if I can see why I do this. I'm going to finish wrapping it up. Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right, so, yeah, pretty good view, I guess. Yep, you can see everything right there, right? Sure can. All right, let me get it going. Put the box back on. What else I got to put on next? So make sure I do an order. I didn't take all this stuff off. So. All right, so next thing, we'll put this on. Let's go in here just like this. You kind of get a wiggle in past there. And you don't think about it off. It just slips right back into that hole there. And goes in here like this. Is all. Goes right up into the air box when it comes up to the top. It'll go right on there like that. We'll go ahead and put this 10 mil back on here next. Put it in the front. Pretty easy stuff there. I'll put this rustic guy over here because I'm getting sick of having that guy in my way over there for the battery maneuver to keep messing things up. So we'll get the rustic guy over here. Makes a lot of sense. All right. You don't take this off quite as often, right? The other one's going to snap off in there in a moment. That won't be good. We don't want that to happen. This guy's going in. All right. So next. So I did that. I just move this rustic one from here where the battery holder's at to here. And that's all back in good. And we'll just check all your lines. You don't have to go back and do anything back there. This can go back here, down here, like this. Just like this. There's a hose. And I think it runs, this goes to the bottom of the air box. That's right. Let me show you how this goes next. We take the bottom of the air box, which is right here, and we can just take it up like this. We actually have some holes in the bottom of the air box. You see that? Like that? And what we're going to do with that is this. Put it back on like so. Make sure that goes into there. And also the hose line over here goes into there. Right there. See that? Got to make sure that line goes in over there. So we'll just take this. We're going to hook this back into this side. And it goes right up in here like this. Right up in there. And that goes into place. And then we also have hola from Mexico. Hola, man. Hello. Where are you based? The United States of America is where we're based, unfortunately. But yeah, we still have a lot of these Toyotas here. So this is all back on good here. I was just explaining how the starter was on. And I'll go over more here in a second, but it was definitely backwards. Not backwards. I keep saying that. Damn, it's hot. It was definitely causing problems because I was getting... What happened there? I lost everything. Hang on. Was it on a break? I don't know what happened. Aha, sorry about that. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. Y'all see? All right. This light's terrible. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. You're right. Right now we have the right people in charge, right? I guess. Anyway. We'll see how it goes, correct? So I don't ever get mad about that little stuff, you know. But I just do what I do. All right, we got to get these hoses back on. And the thing is, I didn't take all these hoses off, so we have a big mess of hoses. First, I'm going to put these back in 2 bolts here. And we'll get these back in first. I'm just going to put one here. I only see 2, so you must be missing 1. So I only see 1 here and 1 here. He didn't know what these bolts are going to, so I'm going to have to go back and clean up some of the mess. I don't know where everything goes, but I have to figure out most of it. And I think, for the most part, figure it out. So, we'll go ahead and put this back on here. I'm using all hand tools today, too. I'm just not trying to get the power tool out. Probably should have by now, could have been done. But I really have to just check it after this. That's the main thing, because this may not be the issue. I think we may have a problem with something else, you know. But I'm pretty sure it's a starter. It was really hard to get out of there, too. You could see where it was probably caught on an acorn and causing some trouble. That's all. I believe that was the case. So we're going to get this snugged up, and we're going to finish getting all these air lines back on. And right here's the other part to the line. I'm going to get it over here. See this? And we have connectors right here like this. Let me take a look. Ready to check it out? Okay. Yeah, man. Feel you, but it's the same. Oh, and the Netherlands, I bet, brother. That's going to be crazy, huh? Got to be crazy in the Netherlands right now, sure. But it's good to see everybody all over the place tuning into this. I like to see. If you like, subscribe, and share this for your friends. Live auto repair stuff isn't easy to do. So we're going to get this back on here. Let me set you back down for a moment. I'm just going to reconnect all those lines. And I'm going to go finish it all up. Like I said, air box, air pad, everything goes in here with the filter on top. And And then we can take the battery back out, take care of that in a second. We'll just put it back on top. That box is now in there. Let me get the lines figured out. I gotta figure out how these lines go back on. Like I said, I didn't do all this, but I can figure it out. I've done plenty of these. So give me 1 second. I'll do that right now. So let me get you back over there while I figure that out. Y'all got a good view? All right, cool. Looks good to me. All right, let me go ahead and we'll do here. This, I believe, if I can recall correctly, goes up here like this. And I think it goes just like this, right? Got one airline here. But yeah, that's way too big to go there. It would have to go there, so it makes sense there. Bear with me a second. It's kind of, like I said, I didn't take these off, but I do know this. I thought we had two different ones of these. Two different ones. Give me a second. Like I said, I didn't do this part. You know what? I got it. It goes on the actual box. That's right. I remember this box got to go on next because it goes on the spot. I need the actual tube for that too. So we'll go ahead and put the tube on first. It's in the box, and then we'll go from there. This goes over here. I got another hole for the line as well. So we'll put this back on here like this next. It's on. This goes right up here. I'll show you how this is done. It goes like that, you see? And we're going to pop that hose right back on here, and we got a 10 mil down there. Tighten that guy down right there, okay? Give me 2 seconds, I'll do that. And I'll see what I can do here from there. It is so hot and sweaty, I can't do it. Woo. Wow. Okay, let me see here. So we got that 110 mil right here to snug it back up with. And we'll get it back tight. It's all get snug. And we'll put the other one back on top. With a hose, and then this little connector. Actually, this connector right here goes right here. You see this? It takes in and snips into place. Right there, actually. Right into there. Snips in there, like that. Just like that, snips in. And now, we'll come back here. Give me a second here. I didn't hit the sound or anything. Y'all can get everything here. Correct? Okay, cool. All right, let me go ahead, and that's tight. Put this gear right back on here like this. You just take it and squeeze it with your hand, pull it down, and push it right back on. Oh, you got to do really like so. Sorry about that. You know hear me? Always something. It really is. I knew that was going to happen. So, either way, that's all right. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all see what's going on. Hopefully you can hear me, but this all got to go back here. Give me 1 second. Hopefully it's working. I knew they were going to do that. It's ridiculous, but I swear, I'll tell you something. This county we live in is terrible. It's so irritating. I always want to make things complicated, but that is just fine. I know why they want us to do what we're going to do, but it's a long story. I'll keep you in touch after Friday. Anyway, we look good down there. We're going to put the hoses back on the right line. We're going to put that guy stuck back in here. This guy's back on here. Put the clips back on, stick this back on. Part of the airline runs from this and from the other one. I'll show you in 1 second. Give me a hot second. I'll show you that right now. Yes, I will. All right, we can put it back on. Looks okay and looks pretty clean. I don't really see anything else that is standing out here at all. He's just gonna tuck it back in like that. Pop it back on there. All right, I can't get this stupid thing on. I don't know why it has this stupid tab on here like that, but it's not quite doing right. Somebody must have broke it, I believe. What's happening here? That is not quite doing right. I think it's been broke before. We'll have to try it. Just get it tightened up, I guess. It should hook down and grab, which it is. I got it. It was just a little bit off kilter. There we go. I got it. That is perfect. And right here is going to be perfect too. Just like so. And we'll pop this one back in the plate right here. And it pops back in just like that. Cool. It looks good. I think we got that going. Yes, we do. And it looks all straight from there. I think we got it. So let me go ahead and get this back tab on. Sorry about that. Get the back tab back here. We'll put a nice flow sensor, which is right here. Don't forget that guy. Pop it right back in there. It's all right there. And then, of course, our friendly little lines. Need to find this guy. This guy actually is going to go right here. And it goes in here like this, I believe. And then we got a line that runs in here like this, and then one that runs in here like this over there. I don't quite know this exact order. It's been such a mess up here. Basically, that goes there, I think. Shoot. Hey, you know what? This just goes in here, I think, actually. This goes over here, I believe, into that hole. Like I said, I didn't take this off. It's a pain to figure this out. And this should run here. I'll think of it in a second. It's been a second since I had to do it. Oh, yeah, it runs like this. This would go in here like this, and like this. Like this, yeah, like that. And this runs up here like that, I believe. And this hole right here. And yeah, this runs in here. I think I'm missing a line. One of the lines this guy really did. This may run across here, huh? So, I hate that. You can see what the mess I'm having. I don't remember the exact spot for each one of those. It's like I'm missing one of these lines. I think it's supposed to be one more. Probably could have lost it a long time ago, but this broke somehow, maybe. I don't understand. You know what? Let me try something else. I think I figured it out. All right, it could go like this. We'll try this right here. This basically have to go off into here. Let's try it right here. So, try this right here. It's always something, I swear to God. Basically like that, like that. Maybe in there. Maybe it can reach up into there. Yeah, well, it can reach in there. Let's see. Watch. It'll reach, I believe. All the way to the other guy. Let's see. Huh? Just like that. Just like that. See? I can't quite reach it. What a pain. What a pain in the butt. Oh, you know what? I got it. This goes here. All right, this got to go in here, maybe. Darn it. I wish I could remember, because like I said, I didn't take this off. I think it probably runs like this. It can't, because the airbox is there. Hang on a second. Let me get the airbox on, and then we'll see if I'm missing anything. That's all. Here's how I can tell with the airbox on it easier. This airbox goes here, and what will happen is we actually run these two lines up here like this, right? And they pop into place right here. See that? So once you pop them in, it should be easier to route from there, I believe. Is there another line down the hole somewhere I'm missing? That's what I'm trying to figure out. There is one down there, but it's plugged off. So anyway, this runs up here like this. Like so. And they pop into the holes. Pretty easy. And now, I think, it is really odd. I don't know. That should go into here, I would think. But that's got to go there, so it's got to go here like this. Just like this, probably. I got it. Here we go. I figured it out. Got one in my hand as well. We got it figured out now. I figured it all out. Here we go. We got it. So, basically, just like, we go right in here like this. Got two lines here. So one's got to go here. And one's got to go to this top one. I know that. Shoot. You know what? That's so ridiculous. This line right here has got to probably go here. Let me try this. That got to go here, and that got to go here, baby. I think this got broke at some point, right down here sometime. But that is where the main thing goes. That's got to go here. I know that does. That goes like that, goes like that. So, ridiculous. I didn't do all this, so so ridiculous. You guys sit there and guess at this and put it all back on. What a pain. But anyways, like this, yeah, I got it. And like this. I think what happened was one of these broke, like I was saying. I can't put it back on. It's broken. Oh, yeah, right here. I got it. Cool. It goes in here like this. And like this. And like this. Something like that. It is something like that, but damn, I think I figured it out. Well, it got to be this guy. Longer one's got to go down there, probably. Let me see. That's not going to reach across if I do that. So, I don't know what's going on here. That is the craziest thing ever. They're all about the same size this time. That's got to go to here. So, we'll go ahead and put it to here, I guess. Put it underneath there to here. And we'll try it like this. All right, now, we're going to try to run this here. Just like that. And it should run over here to this. It won't fit that far. That's the crazy part. So, sorry, I'm just trying to figure these lines out. I don't know. I didn't take them off, so. I hate these. I've had a problem with these before. It's such a pain. Nothing's going to reach. That's the problem. It is not long enough for it. But if I make it long enough by doing that, I think it should reach. Let's try this maybe. It just don't quite fit, but this will fit, I think. Let me just put this here. This is how it should go, I believe. That can't go there. That's too big. So that's got to go here, like I had it first time. That goes over here, that goes over here. And that got it turns. Probably got to go like this, right? And down here. Right here like this. And we'll put it on into place there. Maybe that was it. Nope, that ain't either. So I don't know. Either way, it's close enough. It'll have to go into this hole here, I guess. It probably was never hooked up to begin with, I don't think. I don't think it was great. Not fun. So I can't get anything back on. I think it's, like I said, I don't know, but for real, I didn't take that off. I ain't worried about it. But the bottom line is this: we need to see if this car's gonna start. I can't get that thing back on here. I have no idea. We're gonna put the sensor back on the center pair. Wrap it around like you had it. And we'll put the sensor back in. I'll worry about the lines later. I think I'm missing a piece. But I probably was never put on properly. I've never seen a mess of a sensor like that my entire freaking life. It's all over the place is what it is. And we'll slip this in here like this. It goes up in here. Make sure we don't have any more power coming back out of this car is all. Anyways, sorry guys, that was really irritating. Yeah, the Netherlands. I've never been to the Netherlands, I wonder. Is that pretty cool out there? What's it like in the Netherlands, brother? What is this? This is not a great wiring job. I keep looking at it. I didn't know you did this either. What a pain. Basically, it just is a disaster. I won't pop it back in. That may be causing all these problems with the power, but I don't think it is. That pops in here if it wasn't broken. But either way, this has to go to something. And like I said, I just don't understand. I didn't unwire it, so I have to figure out what somebody did. Yeah, I think I know what's actually going on now. I think I figured it out. It is not what I did. It's what somebody else did. But either way, I think I can go like this. Basically, you unplug this guy here. That it's not supposed to go in there, I don't think, but I can't get the darn thing off. So, either way, I have no idea what's happening. Let's try to run it like this one more time. Just like this. Let's see if I can get this thing. It ain't gonna stay. Damn it. That's so dumb. That is so darn dumb. Hey, you know what? Maybe like this. See if I can get it on there at all. It almost fits on. Like that. Almost got it. Yeah, you know what? Close enough. At least if it goes on the hole. That's all I'm worried about. That should do the trick. If not, we can worry about it later. I didn't take it off. At least everything seems to go on for now. I don't see any other way to make that any easier to go on. I really don't. And like I said, I don't know. It was something probably missing. The way the sensor is, everything is kind of stretched a little further than it might be. Maybe turn it back. Now I got a lot more room. You see that? That's about how it should go anyway. So it'll be okay though. I think this doesn't go like this. Hang on a second. I gotta fix this. Give me a second. I'll put this right here. And I think this goes around like this. Actually, if I'm correct on how this is supposed to be routed, it goes like this and goes like this. Yep, like that. And like that. That's how it should run. Just like that. That is, I believe, how these go. I'm not 100% because I said I didn't take it off, but it is something real close to that. And I think it actually runs one straight to here, but it's somehow ripped. And the long one runs straight up to there. But either way, this is good. If it runs crazy, I'll have to adjust it. We got the box back on tight. Everything's snug. Shouldn't leak any air. Get the starter bolt back on. This is just extra one down back in the hose down here. So I was looking at that earlier. I was like, is that the extra one? But it wasn't. So everything else should be good. I think everything's connected. We'll see if we'll crank up. Let's see if it's still doing this crazy stuff still. I'm really curious to see. Anyway, we have one bolt here, two bolt here. I'll go ahead and pop them back on. Let's go and put the battery back on and the guard underneath first. Before I forget that, at least. This guard got to go back on right now before I forget it. The bottom piece in the guard. So here we go. Pop it back on, I guess. Right here. Let me put you back over here one moment. Here's on. That is the only one you can see too. Like I said, I was riding on there like that. It was probably caught on something. Or he forced it in there, beat it in there or something, maybe messed it up. I know, but it definitely wasn't a good idea. Either way. Up here, I'll wrap it up, and we're almost done. Here we go and get this bottom piece back in. I can just lift it up, brilliant, and slide it on under there real easy. Just gotta be careful with it though. It should go right in, honestly. You see? It is such a big heavy battery, it's a pain in the butt. How all this stuff is in here like this. Gotta kind of pick it up and move it at the same time. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get it back in without removing the whole battery again. That would be great if I could. Let me just see. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, I got it. What a pain. What a daggone pain. This, I got it, I think. Yeah. We got it. We got that. We got it. Just like that. Something like that. Oh, it goes the other way, of course. How it gotta go. But that is not easy to get that in. And that should be good to go. I can't wait to check this out. Alright. Rotate it around. I had a 50-50 shot and I got it wrong. That's what it goes. Let's check it out again. That it in there now. There we go. That's gotta be perfect. Now we should go into the one. There we go. Let's see. Perfect. There we go. All right. So there we go. We got it. All right. That piece is in. Put this guy back on. Yeah. Oh, I think we're good. So trying to go confused about some of the air lines, but I think this.
This is for the battery.
Yeah, I got that too. It's a little different. I was trying to get through all that stuff. Make sure. Oh shoot! Make sure I did it right. Oh shit! Almost dropped it down.
Piece of crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got little pieces of hose running all over. I was trying to figure it out.
This, complete for starters.
Yeah, no worries. Damn it. I can't get it out of there now. Oh my god. Come on. Oh, got it. Finally. Fell all the way down there. What a mess. That is a mess. It went all down the hole. How can I get it out of there for a moment? Anyway, that goes right here to the back right here. Just like so. Like this. And it just hooks in like this. Right on back there. Right on back down there. See how it hooks in? And it just grabs. All right. Sorry. Somebody was calling and cutting everything. That is ridiculous. All right. Sorry about that. Jeez. I don't know what happened. Somebody called like always. And it froze everything. Are we good? Can y'all hear? See if you can hear me. If not, I cannot see. All right, what's up, everybody? I am back. Sorry about that. The whole thing got screwed up. There we go. So let me finish this up real quick. Basically, I need to fish that out at the bottom of the hole for 10 minutes. We got that hook back in there where we're at. And I'm going to try to snug that back up. Put these bolts back in here. We'll be done with go. All right, I didn't use any power tools today. I should not have wore a black shirt. That was a mistake and a half. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely was a mistake. The black shirt was not a smart move on my behalf there. God, I can't even get it in. It's so rusted. That's a mess. Let me get some penetrant for this. This is so bad off. I have to put penetrant in there. I almost dug up the rear one. We should be all good after this. I think that's the last one. I got one more bolt here, and that's it. We can check it. See if we any bolt keeps coming back out of here. I hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. All right, that guy's good to go there. And good to go here. And that's not going to snap off of there again like crazy stuff. There we go. That guy's tight, and this guy's going to be tight now. All right, that's the last part. Sensors hooked up. Piece up there tight. We're good to go. Last bolt here. It's tight. Good to go tight. All right, good to go there and good to go there. Make sure that's snug there. And it should be nice and good. And this guy right here is just a mess. I don't know what's going on there. I like to tilt this battery to the side here. If you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to snug him up too with my 11 real quick. That'll take care of that guy here. Just like this. Here we go. If I can get to it. Somebody done messed the bolt up. Looks like. I got it. There we go. Belt time was really fighting me for him over there. And we'll see if it's still going to be arcing. That was a mess earlier. It was really a pain. I don't know why it would arc like that, but it was. I've never seen something like that in my life. Oh no, almost got it. What a pain in the butt. That is such a pain. It's getting hot as well. It is getting hot, that's all. All right, get it tight if we can. Like that. And I don't want it coming off later on this wife. Make sure it's snug as all. There we go. Nice and tight. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. So, battery's on. Everything is on. It's good. Good, good, good. So everything is now connected. We have that back. So double check this because I think something's not right here, but close enough for now. It's actually, I think, got to go up here because that's a bigger hose right there. Let me just flip one thing around to this is all. I think this is right. Yeah, that fits better there. This fits better here, I believe. Yep, just like that. Either way, close enough. I didn't take that off, like I said. I can double check it later, but we need to get that done for now. Don't break my glasses in the car. That wouldn't have been good. We'll try to start it. And we'll see if we still have that problem we had the other day. Let's give it a shot. Well, he has the keys, so I can't start it right now, but he's got the keys. But either way, give me a second. Maybe in the car, actually. I'll double check. All right, we'll put this back in here. And this just slips in here like this as well. Just like that. Just like this as well. All right, and line it all up. And then we hit a few tab pieces. I don't think you know if he has them or what happened to his, but we have one here is all. And we get it. Start the guy for this. Ah, I'm dripping sweat on my phone at this point. It's ridiculous. All right, get this guy back in here. Come on, get in the hole. Get dumb thing. Got it. All right, it's dumb. That is so ridiculous. It really is. There we go. What a pain in the butt. Really pain in the butt. So we'll just slip it on down there, I guess. If it'll ever let me back in, I don't understand. All right, let me set you down while I wrap this so I can get it in the hole. Hang on a second. That is a stupid tab. It really is a ridiculous stupid tab. I've never seen one like that. It's just so ridiculous. It doesn't even fit, like, honestly. There we go. It is in there, though, now. That's one tab. I don't know what the other one's hard for. His car's all in. That I see anywhere. I don't see any other tabs, so. He probably has a couple, and I have a couple I can get him if I need it. This just tucks in here like this. Like, you just basically have to tuck this in here. It just kind of slides in and tucks in. That's all. So it just tucks into this inner lip, pushes forward like that. In on both sides, but not here. Back here, so. Just like that. Yep, like that. It slips up under. There you go. This piece stays there like that, and this all slips under. And now you can push the tab in all the way, if you can. It's just a stupid tab. I've never seen one like that. And it's kind of like some generic tab. I've never seen one that design. Either way, that's all tight there and all good. Get a couple extra tabs for later. Make sure that's free. And then we'll see if we can start the guy up and see what happens. Make sure that's tight up here, which we are. And we're not forgetting any other tubings, which we're not. Everything else looks good. That guy's tight. We'll get down there. Secure there. All right, time to give her a crank, and we'll see what happens here. That just kind of sits there. There's nothing you can do tighter about that one. That just kind of goes there, and that goes there, so. See if we get the keys with it. We'll fire it up and see what happens here. We'll see what happens. I don't know what the keys are in the car. I don't see them, so I think he must have them. We'll knock on the door and let him know. Either way, I'll see what happens here. So, I don't think he gave them to me. I don't know where he went to. I think he gave them to me, so either way. Wow, sorry. I'm blowing my nose. That's 1,000,000 degrees out here. I don't have the keys, so I can't start it. But I'm going to go get them right now. We'll crank it over. Probably wants to watch me do it. I bet you he wants to see what happens. I don't think you can imagine. This thing is really, it act that crazy, but it makes perfect sense to me. Either wrong starter or, like I said, it was just too big, or it was a bad part, or it was grounding out somewhere funny. But I did check all the wires. There's nothing touching down there, so. Everything looks good. I'm positive about that now. And it should be in good shape. So we're going to see what happens here. I'm going to get the rest of this PB Blaster juice over here. Juice. Josie Greasy juice. There we go. And we're ready to rock. So. All right. Cool. Ready to rock. Good to go. All right. Let me go let him know. We'll get this thing cranked. See what happens. And it should be fine. I don't know why he didn't leave the keys. Maybe he did. I didn't hear him say it. I'm just waiting on him. You have the keys?
See in the car. Hey, here's take a look. Try these two headlines. See if I outperform. We tried everything, then. You make this mistake, I guarantee you get a lot of hit.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Thank you.
That'll make you money.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't see him. I was looking for him. All right, we'll see what happens here.
Do you do shorts or you do full length?
I do a little bit of everything. I've gotten into I've gotten into shorts a lot lately. Been doing more of those. That's where the money's at, really.
Pull mine up against GBT and tell me what you think.
Yeah, I will. I will do. I will definitely do it. Thank you. I was making a YouTube video about this. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna narrow this down to a short later and then tell them I'm live streaming. But we'll see what happens. I like when people give me ideas. So it's very interesting. We gotta go see what happens here and try to start it up. So we gotta be secretive, guys. Don't tell them. But hopefully this all works out and it starts. I don't have any problems. So what was happening yesterday was having a back probing issue. Where the back probe, it would send signals back at me like, it was shorting out like a locomotive would do. All right, so you want to try to crank her up? We'll see what happens.
The human brain sees then, that, you know what I mean? When I go dot, 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 comma, then, it has to click.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. All right. Sounds a lot better. I don't know if all these air things are hooked up perfectly right. I did my best to try to figure that out. I'm not positive on that, so it should be good. These are all over the place. I don't know the exact. They look pretty good to me. I got them fairly close. I know that's all pretty right, but it could be off. Yeah, I mean, a couple of these maybe. I don't know if I'm missing one. I feel like I'm missing one maybe, or something backwards. I don't know. Yeah, they were all over the place, so. I think it's fine.
I gotta let it run.
Let it run for a moment. I'm gonna check it some and see if we got anything coming back out of there. But it started right up. I want to check it and make sure. I think, like I said, it was an issue with just the starter being that way. It would make more sense too. So. Looks good so far. I'm pretty sure we're fine. It's just hard to say. I just want to let it run for a little bit and make sure. And you said you replaced just the solenoids, right? That was it. That one. This one.
This one. That one.
Okay. This one. You know your bleeder valve's right there, right?
The bleeder valve.
If you ever got to put coolant in, that's for your bleeder. I think it's 8 millimeter, I believe. You just take it and you let the air out. If you ever got to bleed the system, it's right here. Open it and coolant will come out of there, get air out for you. It's good to know. A lot of people don't know that, but that's where your air bleeder is. You just unscrew it a little bit and you'll see it lets the air out. That builds up in the system. It's helpful. If you ever have to put coolant in and let the air out, you got to change something. These thermostats are terrible. I think that's the one that's miserable. Yeah, you can't get to that one bolt. It's a disaster. The bolt keeps trying to fall down the hole.
It's got to be, it was right there.
Yeah, it's right here in this bolt. Yep. You take the pulley off to get to it and get it off, but it won't come off. I think that's the right one. I think it's, you have to get the whole pulley out of that guy. Yep, I think it's blocking it. I believe. I could be wrong. I could be on the other side of the property. No, it's right there, I believe. Or is it on that side?
The thermostat, yeah, it's usually...
It might... On your car might be there, because that's where your temp sensor's at. Hard to say. It's a different design. This is the 2GR-FE motor, so...
I went and looked to make sure. This is a chain.
Yeah, it is chain, right? Yep, because it's a little newer. 2GR-FE... actuator. Oh, yeah, here you vacuum switching valve. So I do have that right. Vacuum switching valve. They're good. Boom, boom. One to the actuator and one to the front. Yep.
You've got the schematic on there?
Let's see. Yeah, you can see. Well, you can't really tell unless you know what you're looking at, but it's kind of weird. So evap service ports back there. You got one. Then you got everything else right there. So. Yeah, go and try to shut it off and we'll try to crank it again. See what happens. All the lights you're doing right now, though? No problems with the lights inside? It was all flicking the other day. So if you shut it off now, they ought to start acting crazy like they were the other day if it's still a problem. The lights all look good when you first stick it in. Remember the other day how they were just cutting off? It was that starter. It had to be something touching. It was putting back a back voltage kick or something weird. It had to have been. But that's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It really is. What was happening? All these lights weren't coming on either in this car. It's real weird. It was like the lights when it comes on. Oh, that's way better. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that had to be what it was. I guarantee.
Keep it on now because I gotta
Yeah, that's fine. It had to be what it was, though. I guarantee you that's all it was. So that starter had to be at an angle. And when it was at an angle, it just kind of made a mess.
It wasn't flush.
Yeah, so it was kind of just, it was like the motor was locked up. See, the motor was trying to turn so hard. I think that's why it was really shorting me out, because it was just really trying to do it. It was like, what the heck? Because the motor wasn't locked, so it was trying to turn it, causing even more power volt kickback. Oh, big B. That's just one of those ones that eat through the wood, but yeah, looks good. The evap, all that should be back right. There's a million hoses, so they're always weird how I'm pretty good at running them. I just can't recall since I didn't pull them off exactly how they were back. But I think that's perfect. Yeah, everything else looks good, so I think you're in good shape, man. If you have any issues, like I said, just give me a call. But I think you'll be good to go on that. So pretty sure fine. And